Hello, and welcome back for another adventure in the cookie jar. Today we are doing the final recipe from the Cinnamon Murder. It is the 20th recipe. They're called chocolate pecan, chocolate caramel pecan bars. So it does say somewhere in this recipe, I saw it last night when I was looking over it, that they are a brownie. I don't know why it says cookie bar if the recipe's listed as a brownie. That was very strange. But you're going to preheat your oven to 350. You want 4 1-ounce square semi-sweet baking chocolate, so 4 ounces. It does say, or the equivalent 3/4 cup regular chocolate chips will do fine. 3/4 cup of butter, a stick and a half, 1.5 cups of white sugar, an 1/8 of a cup, 2 tablespoons caramel ice cream topping, 3 beaten eggs, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups chocolate chips, a 12-ounce package, and 1.5 cups of pecans. It does mention later that you're going to take the chocolate chips and the pecans and put them in a blender together and mix them up. I've already done that because it's like 6:30 in the morning and everyone else in my house is asleep and I didn't want to run the blender this morning, so that's why those two are already combined. Now, you want a 9 by 13 inch pan, line it with foil and spray it so they come out nice and easy. That is the first step. Now, everything's laid out. Let's get started. This is what we're going to need for these bars. The first thing we want to do is microwave the butter and the chocolate square together. It does say to put it in for a minute and then stir it, and if it's not ready, just to keep stirring in 20-second increments. Or microwave and stir it in 20-second increments. So we're just going to get this popped into the microwave. Alright, so when your chocolate is melted, you're going to pour that into sugar. Alright, to this you want to add the ice cream topping, the caramel. So when this is not too hot that it'll cook your eggs, add your eggs. Mine doesn't feel hot at all, so we are going to go ahead and add those. Next in is the salt. And the vanilla. It says to add the flour half a cup at a time and not to overmix it because these are brownies and that's just what it says. So we'll do 3 portions of flour just until moistened. Okay. This is the part where you put the chocolate chips and the pecans in a blender together. These mixed in. Like, it didn't look like it did anything to the chocolate chips. It just looks like the pecans are smaller. So it says take a pan and put the brownie mix into the pan and spread it out as evenly as possible. This is what we have. It'll bake for 30 minutes and then go in the fridge for an hour. They are soft and chewy and moist and just a tiny bit crunchy. They're really, really good rich brownie. If you like richer chocolates, you're going to love this. It would go great with a cup of coffee or a glass of milk. I don't taste the caramel in it at all. It either needs to be a lot more or it's just completely unnecessary. It just tastes like a fudgy brownie with pecans. Next week, we are starting the Red Velvet Cupcake Murder, and the first one is the Red Velvet Surprise Cupcakes. If you're interested in seeing what the surprise is, join us next week. I hope you have a good one. Bye, guys.